Hello guys, thanks for tuning in on my Absynth tutorial. I tried to go for more of a dubstep sound this week because a lot of people are making dubstep sounds in Massive, and I think Absynth is also great for it. It's not only for pads and evolving stuff, it's also pretty great for aggressive sounds. And this one is especially pretty aggressive. This is what it sounds like. So that's very aggressive, and it may not be the best sound in the world, the best dubstep sound, but I'll show you a few ways to tweak it and to get really different sounds out of this. So the first thing I did was I took a single oscillator, analog, all pretty basic, and then a low pass filter with notice that the resonance is set to 1, so that's the maximum value. So that's pretty scary, so use a limiter 2 on your channel to avoid clicks and other failures of equipment. And then I used the wave shaper, and I chose the analog 3. And that was pretty random. It's not. It makes a big difference, but just try some, and they all sound nice in a different way. The main thing is in the envelopes, and what I did is I modulated the pitch, and it's all in octaves. So nothing special there, and this way you can use it in every scale because it's just transposing the root note by 12 or 24 semitones. The real fun stuff for this sound is in the filter frequency sorry, modulation, and as you can see, I've made parts of the filter, the envelope, I made in steps, and other parts are just the normal lines that are default. And the way to do that is when I create a new envelope, for example, I can just make the envelope how I want it to look like this. And then, for example, I want between here I want a step, and I can do that by selecting both points by just clicking and dragging, I think. Yeah. And then here where it says slope, you can click and then it says step. So that's how you do that. And I'm gonna delete this envelope. And the big advantage of that is that it's easy to draw straight lines, and in this case it was especially cool because now I've mapped these points to the patch window, sorry, the perform window, in a different copy of this sound I did, at least. And therefore you can modulate and change the sound quite easily, and you can get a lot of sounds out of one patch. So here you can see, if I go to the envelope window, I copied this one and I modulated all these dots with a controller, and the way I did that is selecting them all. Oh no, this one is linked, but in this one you can still do it, select them all, and then this will be off, but then you click control and then you can say for example to macro control 1, which I already did, and then you can, with these sliders in the perform window, you can change the values of all the points at the same time. So if I just play the sound, I get lost in my windows constantly. When I just play the sounds, So you hear there are a lot of sounds in just one patch. And some other things I did were I made a bass to go to make it a little bit heavier, and it's just the most basic sine, and another waveform which gives it a little bit more noise. And I set the balance to 0.1 so that this one, it favors the sine, and this one is just to make it pull through a little bit more on smaller speakers. So now there's a little bit noise, and this one is also modulated by the same envelope that is on the pitch of this channel. And then I think I tried to make a third oscillator, but that's not that interesting. So, but this is the main technique. Try set the resonance to high, because that's where all the sound come from, and then I've set the filter to quite low. And then the only thing left is to map this to a controller, like I just showed you, and then you can learn a hardware controller to these sliders, and you can play around with the sound and see what fits in your arrangement. And I think that's it. One other tip: you can also, if you're satisfied with your sound, you can also try to pop a bandpass filter on your master, the master in Absynth, that is, and also set the Q value to pretty high, and then you can play around with that and modulate this just in the automation or with a controller, and you can get a lot of weird sounds because it's so weird already. So yeah, there are a lot of sounds hiding in this one idea, and I think you will find it pretty easy to get some cool sounds and take it a bit further than I did with this one, and bounce it down to audio and reverse it, experiment with the results that you get from this technique. So thank you.